Hello. Welcome back. This is still the Séance of Blake Manor, where we have been making some serious headway through the complex, advanced method of looking properly. If you recall from our last episode, we just resolved the plot lines of Dupre and Joyce. Dupre, who is looking to bring peace to his dead friend. Oh, look, I've got like 2 mice. There we go. It's because I wasn't actually on Blake Manor. Dupre was trying to find peace for his friend, and who was a ghost who lived in this fire pit, and Caitlin Joyce, who had been filled with murderous rage because everyone here was too magical and had the devils in them. But we brought them together, a bit of an odd couple, and they helped each other, made some peace, found strength in their heart, and are moving on. In fact, Joyce is going to the seance, which is a big step for her. And so we move on. Shall I look at this urn? We know what the urn is. It's got... it's empty now, isn't it? Because he poured it into the fire. This is the way. Right, let's get out of here. So, next on our list to do is... we've got to go to the basement to make up the cleaning material, because we've got alcohol now. We also have to go to talk to Lau and McLeod. And after talking to Lau and McLeod, I think we'll be able to talk to Hunter. And there they are. Right where we expect them, up on the balcony. So let's do that now. Ooh, but let's eavesdrop. Tee-hee.
So, if I might ask, do you ladies find yourselves at events like this often?
What a classic. Oh, we also want to speak to Coventry. They're all here. The whole gang. Also, remind ourselves, Lau has one of Coventry's cufflinks. Why?
Quite often. I've attended more than my fair share. Mostly in London, but not always. But an entire week, with the ultimate goal of some grand ritual. Nothing like this has ever been done before.
It seems more the venture of one of the secret societies than that of a seer.
That's true. I think that's why we found it so enticing.
Then you're not of a society yourselves.
All right.
No. I have a gift. And I enjoy the company of those who would believe it. And Victoria and her infinite patience is here at my behest.
Infinite patience. Sorry, I was trying to practice the Scottish that I can't nail. I mean, nail is a strong word. I can't even step into Scottish as an accent. It's awful. I just...
It's not patience. After all, this has been a more interesting week than I would be having otherwise.
Okay. Oh! Didn't see you there. I'll talk to you. I'm going to talk to you first, because I think if I talk to you, it might activate something and we may get whooshed elsewhere. So I'm going to talk to you first. About the cufflink.
Mr. Ward, how are you?
Never mind that. What the bloody hell are you doing with Evelyn Dean's locket? It's a strange one, Mr. Coventry, but I found a strap locket in the southwest corridor, which I believe you were staying in. Why, that belonged to my dear dead wife from when she was married, Danby. She was, Elaine Danby. I'm here hoping to speak with her, you see. I'm told something personal can help her anchor the ghost. I must have dropped it. Thank you, Mr. Ward. Mr. Coventry has given me 2 names for his deceased wife, Lillian Smith and Elaine Danby. Is that right?
Good, and to you?
I mean, I trust the Yes, I trust... the game. I don't remember the other name. I just wondered if it was in the map, but it doesn't seem to be.
Mr. Ward, how are you?
But it must have been when I spoke to him earlier. Anyway. Sorry. What was your wife's name again? Lillian Coventry. Smith, before we were married. Ah, you told me her name was Elaine Dabney. Ah, well, that was my first wife. A man my age has history, you see. Is that right? Is that right? What do we do with that? What do we do with that? Okay. Okay.
Good day, sir. And to you.
So this is a dead link. False connection to... Where are we going with you, Coventry? What's the deal? Is this the true line of investigation down here? So you're leaving stuff in your will to young Blake, so I should talk to young Blake at some point. That okay, so the locket was nothing. Right, on to you guys. Who do I want to talk to? You.
Hello, Mr. Ward. How are you?
I'm really good. I went down into the catacombs, and you never guess what I found. I'm not going to tell you about that.
I believe I found the information Miss Dean had on you.
You don't need to know you were drugged.
Oh, you have? Let me see. Mr. Ward, you have no idea how relieved I am. I have to get Victoria. And maybe I'll find Dara too. He'll be around here somewhere.
I mean,
Just
Victoria's...
one moment.
Victoria's literally just there. If you just turn... see?
For all that trouble. I suppose you really did not imagine we'd ever just get our hands on everything to be able to just burn it away. But that's all of it, isn't it? There's nothing else.
That's everything.
Oh, I could cry.
No need for that now, lass. You're all right. Oh, but you do like to make me worry, don't you?
I'm just making sure you haven't lost your touch. Oh, but Dara, I'm sorry.
Sorry? You haven't a thing to be sorry about. But let's keep you two out of any more trouble, eh? Well, while that sight of yours is coming back, we'll have both of you keep these with you. They'll keep you safe during that séance. I have a bad feeling about that one.
Okay, so last episode, I started wondering about what our effects on people were having that caused them to reduce the séance's power, to make the spooky goo leave the machine. And we kind of hypothesized that they got themselves in a safer place with regards to whatever was coming out of it, either by not going to the séance or being less vulnerable to the séance. So, for example, Joyce was less vulnerable to the séance because apparently the ghost of Laura was looking after her. Some people, don't need as much from the séance. And so on and so forth. So I think this is a very direct answer to that question, is that here are some magic things that will literally protect you during the séance.
Thank you, Mr. Hunter. You're very good to us.
And there's not much I wouldn't do for Ivy, Mrs. Lout. And now she's a grown woman. I trust her to know what's best for her. So you'd best not prove her wrong in that. You understand?
Ooh, does he see what we saw?
Dara!
Of course, Mr. Hunter. And Mr. Ward, too. You really do both have my thanks. One day, I hope to repay you.
Oh, certainly. If there's anything you ever need.
But, Ivy, I do have to talk to you. I need to apologize. You should know everything.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I'd better get back to my duties. I'll leave you be.
Yes, I think myself and Victoria have a lot to discuss now. Thank you both for your help.
I think we're in McLeod's room, aren't we? Okay, that should be 3 goos. Miss McLeod will attend the seance, but under the protection of Mr. Hunter's ward. Having dispensed of the blackmail material gathered by Miss Dean, she's now free to live in peace with Mrs. Lau. Mrs. Lau will attend the seance, but she'll be protected by Mr. Hunter's ward. Having destroyed the blackmail materials, Mrs. Lau is now free to focus on her relationship with Miss McLeod. Mr. Hunter will attend the seance, but under the protection of the charm he made. Mr. Hunter has done all he can to protect Miss McLeod from the whims of Miss Dean. Triple goo. Okay. If we weren't feeling confident before, I'm feeling more confident now, and we've got time. We've got time on our side again. Whew. There was a tricky middle period in this game when I was like, we are so far behind, but I think we've managed to do some catching up. Some of this I think we should have been able to do earlier, but it's all fine. It's all fine. Okay. Now let's pop into our little mystery maps and tick, tick, tick. Just make sure they're all mapped out. Yeah. Perfect. Wards of protection. Do I need to ask about them? I don't know. Maybe not. Right. Hunters, he's all finished as well. Ding. And Lau, she's finished. Ah, yes, 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 yes. Cracking. 5, 10, 13, 16, 17 out of 24. That's 7 left. So who is left? Blake. I don't know if Blake can be resolved before the seance. Maybe in the silent dinner. I don't know. We're going to need to get into Blake. Right, this is going to be one of our big things. So previously our big headache was we couldn't get into the basement. Now our big headache, even though I mean we haven't been able to explore the basement properly, but we can't get into the Blake residence, which is definitely where Walter Blake is. There's no indication yet of how we're going to get into the Blake residence. We did eventually get information that said the basement would open at a certain time, so we were waiting for that. But right now the Blake residence is a mystery, and I think there's going to be something in the basement that's going to let us into the Blake residence, because I'm assuming the staff will have to go there to bring food to Walter and I guess the Mark Quest as well. So if we are going to make progress on either of these things, that's where the information is going to be. That's fine. Now, Sinnott. Loads of information on Sinnott. What's our current thing? What can I talk to him about? Yeah, not sure. Ooh, maybe I should ask Sinnott about that, actually, because Bishop of the Diocese. Yeah, okay. Okay. Right, cross a few things off. I've talked to Lau McLeod. I've talked to Dupre about St. Bridget. I have flashed the drawing room. Wow, I've crossed off I have talked to Coventry, but that didn't get us anywhere. We'll get on to him in a minute. So let's do Synod. Talk about letter manager. Okay, cool. That's a thing we can do. That might give us something, but I don't know how. I don't know what we need to do to break this connection open. Do we have to flash something? What are we missing here? Similarly, Doyle. We'll get to Murphy in a sec. The burnt symbols. We've got not a lot we can really discuss. I can ask him about this as well, I guess. Map of the region. It's not going to give us much. We haven't asked a lot of people about Mary Blake. Maybe she's connected. We're going to have to dig into Doyle and Sinnott a lot more. Because we're running out of people. Now, Murphy. Can't ask you about that. She was learning magic. Why? I can't ask you about any of these things. We know, well, we don't. We have strong suspicions that she has a child. Because there's a crib in the bloody basement, but I can't ask her about it. Can I? Don't think so. Don't think so. I don't think so. Sorry, I'm... She appears to be new, yeah. Investigate the basement, investigate Miss Murphy's quarters. Okay. No leads on her yet. Sorry. And back to this. Coventry. Again, that's Mr. Blake Varley. Weirdly, we haven't profiled him properly, which is odd. And there's going to be stuff in his office as well that's interesting. Is he in the office right now? He's not. Should we pop our head in his office? Maybe we haven't flashed that office enough. There's no music. It's weird, isn't it? Okay. Good start to the episode. Now back to good old-fashioned wanging around. You don't have a key to your room, do you, that I could just nick? No, probably not. Right, hopefully there's no one here looking at the door and I can just walk into his office. Pretty cool. That's just that. Just a bunch of shit. Yep. I've read all this. Yeah, just double checking. Just double checking. Okay, no one's on the other side. Let's have a poke around, see if we've missed anything. I think it's saying... it's still saying to poke around his office because we haven't managed to open this bloody safe yet. But we'll just double check. We've looked at all this, we've looked at all that. This is all looked at, looked at, looked at, looked at, looked at. Nothing of value. We have looked at this. Shall I look at this again? A listing of who's staying in which room, but we know that. That's a mirror. What's in the bin? A letter from a supplier requesting payment for goods delivered here for this event. That's nothing. Nothing in the pockets of his jacket. Empty hat box. Okay, just double checking. So nothing really we can click on. Just the safe. Okay, so I think the thing that's appearing saying investigate his office is just... it's going to be there until we look at his... In fact, it doesn't even say look at his office. I just made that up. So let's go to his quarters. Okay. I'm going to go down into the basement again, but on the way I'm going to talk to... Am I going to talk to Doyle or am I going to talk to Sinnott? We'll talk to Sinnott. Is Sinnott in the library still? Where is he? Sinnott is a bit further down. I can't remember what his first name is. He should be in the library. Okay, cool. Where's Quinn? We haven't seen Quinn in a while. Is she back in the library? I mean, I'm not after Quinn, but she's C Quinn, I think. I don't remember her being in the drawing room. But she's probably in her room right now. Is Hisham still there? What are you looking at? Geography. Okay. Hello.
Yes, my child.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you about this letter because it's something about the bishop of the diocese. I found this letter from Mr. Varley. Why would a bishop be writing to a hotel manager? Bishop Donegan is an unwavering man, one who enjoys a bit of full power his title gives him. And the Magdalen Laundries give him plenty of that. Now the Magdalen Laundries, if I'm connecting that word properly, is where they sent... they basically took children away from unwed mothers in Ireland, and the Magdalen Laundries were run by a bunch of nuns who were not kind to these children in a lot of cases. But yeah, the Catholic Church basically stole babies from unwed mothers. To think one serves God by punishing women for having children. There we go. Okay, good. I was right. That somehow it is good and just to separate mother and child. Like much Catholicism, it does not line up well with the teachings of Jesus Christ. Okay, hang on. Murphy, we were just saying, has a child. Right? So... I mean, there's no child in the crib. There's just a crib. No, Mr. Riley would be best off forgetting about this child. He'll got no answers from the Donegan or the church. What child? I wonder who the mother is. Or rather, I suppose it is rather obvious. Murphy? The cook. She's the cook. I always forget she's the cook. Like, but this hat makes me think maid, and she's standing next to the cleaning trolley with Joyce, so I'm guessing she's doing a bunch of stuff. Have you talked with the cook, Miss Murphy? Every confession is, it seems as though she has something to ask of me, and yet she does not. She seems as if she's missing a part of her soul. Okay, I don't think there's much else I can get into. What's the deal with Doyle? What am I missing here? What am I missing about Gnosticism?
I'll take my leave, Father.
Go with God, my child.
Okay. Okay. There's nothing... I don't think archaeology offers us anything up, is there? Oh no, we haven't done that yet. Okay, just checking. We got world mythology, Irish mythology, we want Irish folklore, Spiritualism. Is this where Gnosticism is? I mean, we've looked up Gnosticism. Which might be religion. Irish history. So Irish history is probably where the Magdalen laundries are going to be. Was there something else we had to look up? The Irish famine, and we did it. Okay. Magdalen Asylum. Just checking there's nothing else we haven't really... Yeah. We've also got the message on O'Finn's staff to follow for one of the main theme mysteries. We can't forget the main theme mysteries either. So I think following the staff thing, which said something, I'll look it up in a sec, is going to lead us down the path for the kidnapping plotline. Okay. The Magdalen Asylum originates from a coven-run institution for fallen women, which began in the 13th century Italy. Mary Magdalene was an ideal symbol for the institutions, as she is often associated with repentance, devotion, and the power of grace. A network of convents and institutions expanded across Italy and Catholic Europe, providing secluded spaces for women seeking penance, particularly former prostitutes. In 18th century England, philanthropists founded institutions like the Magdalen Hospital, adapting Catholic models to Protestant contexts for the care and rehabilitation of vulnerable women. This was later brought to Ireland by Protestant philanthropist Mary Arabella Denny, who founded Ireland's first Magdalen Asylum in 1767. Okay. I mean, that was a neutered version of it, but sure. I guess a lot of the library stuff is to give us context, and I think just checking there's no new books available. We've read this. I'm not going to read it out loud. No. Sorry, I realised I opened the book mid-thought. My thought was, I think I explained the Magdalene stuff well enough. Sorry, I've got three thoughts happening in my head simultaneously. They're interrupting me speaking out loud. Second thought, we need to get on the case with the translation of the staff. We don't know where that's leading us. I don't know who to talk to about that. Maybe I can talk to Fia. I don't know. Third thought, Gnosticism. Yeah, okay. That's given us nothing more. Right, so. The missing person. Unlock the magic to me. I'm going to write that down so I don't have to keep it. Unlock the magic to me. Now, is that going to be related to... Wow, there's a lot of things ticked off. Open and close, maybe? I don't know. And if we go to the evidence... Can we... Do we have this? Who can we talk to about this? No one! Unlock the magic to me. Okay. Okay, unsure. Got no further on that, unfortunately. So I think all we've got to do is go to the basement. And we can go to the basement. Basically in many ways, but downstairs. Here we go. I should have. Whoa, this is weird. I'm just gonna save quickly. Just in case there's people down here. In fact, We've been in here. I just need to double check. Right, these are the bird symbols. And this is... Yes, this is Hunter's room, and he has a scrap of paper with symbols on that are similar to the burnt symbols, which are over here. Did I ask him about this? Did I ask Doyle about this? I did. Oh yes, because they were banging. That's right. No. Here we go. Burnt symbols. Okay. Great. Right. Okay, cool. I just wanted to double check that shit. Should we stick with what we know? We don't want to go in there. Oh, I just got myself turned around. Okay. Should we start with... Okay, we can't go in there. That's locked. There's no one in the boiler room. Can we go in there? No, it's locked. Okay, that's the laundry room. No one's in the kitchen. That's good. Oh, no, we want to go in the... We want to go in the laundry room because we want to make the stuff, and then we want to go in the kitchen. I'm a fool. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's put these to use. Okay, 1 bucket of water, 1 broken piece of lye, 2 scoops powdered chlorine, 1 dash of ethanol. I need to mix the correct ingredients and make a cleaning solution. Water. Lye. Chlorine. Okay, that's going to make us do everything I see. And ethanol. Let's test it. There. That's all the recipe code for. I'll take this with me. It seems like everything. Maybe it's best I move on and not push my luck by being in here any longer. Okay, now that I've done that... Okay, thank God. Okay. The laundry has disappeared. To the kitchen. That's okay. The laundry was staying active until I did all that shit. That's fine. Right, let's get the goo off the doors. And just to clarify that I am doing what I'm... Yes, cook's office door. Yeah, good. We're all... Right, let's clean up this sticky lock. So if I just rub this over wherever it seems stuck... Jobs are good. Right, we'll get to the key. Now. A chef's apron. It seems there's something inside one of the pockets. This could be the key for the women's dormitory. That makes sense because the chef is Murphy. It seems like everything. Maybe it's best I move on and not push my luck by being here any longer. I'll decide when I leave, not me. It seems like now's the time. Okay. I don't know why it doesn't open on the last place I was. It really bothers me. Right, we got this. Perfect. Right, let's hope... No, because we know Joyce and Murphy are upstairs, right? I'm going to listen at the door anyway, but fingers crossed. We're sorted. Okay, so maybe the larder isn't anywhere important. Oh yes, because I think we decided these doors are nothing doors. Those are the kind of doors that are on things like storage closets. Yeah, so it's like there's nothing in here, we can't go through there, it's pointless. So I'm going to cross larder off. That was me being foolish. Okay. I can't hear anything. Doesn't seem like anything's on the other side. I've got a good half an hour to search this room. I just want to remember if there's anything I wanted to do. Ooh, listen to that music. Yeah. Yeah, we did that. Wow, this is creepy as hell. Let's get to flashing. This is so much nicer than the men's dormitory. Oh my god. Wow. Separate little bedroom cubies. I mean, I know it's an open top, so it's all much for muchness, but still. Okay, cleaning, books. Those are just normal books. Okay. So, whose room are we in? Maid's clothes. So we're Joyce, isn't it? This is Joyce. An incomplete letter. Cousin, thank you for sending me these newspaper articles. You have no idea how useful they've proven to me. To be. Okay. Just checking there's nothing on the floor that I'm missing. Okay, that's fine. That's a trunk. Okay, we got a torn page. The remains of a torn page with various notes on it. The main one reads, I know Miss Dean didn't leave, but where did she go? Something needs to be done to make sure she's okay. But it also has, why can't I remember? And you have to protect the poor lass, written on it too. The spiral sigil is also here with leave me alone written beside it. See, that reads more doily than Joycey. There's a photograph. A photograph of Caitlin's husband. Okay, so we are in Joyce's section. On the back it reads Colm Joyce, 1842 to 1892. Despite his passing a few years ago, she still keeps the photo beside his bed. Aha, here we go. Okay, we'll get to the lockbox in a sec. Probably her husband's. Oh, there were rings. I guess everyone has rings. It's not special. Okay, just the thought I had. I don't know if we've got all 5 symbols for this. I think we're missing the 5th symbol. But we could brute force it. I guess. The death certificate of a Colm Joyce. Mrs. Joyce's late husband, perhaps. Is that it? Okay, let's have a little... what have we got? No, we want documents? Yes, here we go. Did I write these down earlier? If I did, I won't need to write them down again. So if it's every single... Yeah, so you see in this one and this one, the 5th one is missing. But if we use this every single symbol, then there's like a weird kind of woodly hash symbol. Shit. Oh no, wait, no, they're not in the same order. Okay. A lockbox with a sequence of strange patterns. I wonder what's inside. Okay. So, this one first, then this one, then this one, then this one. And if it's all 5 symbols, it's this one last. Shit. That one, that one, that one, that one. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one. I don't even know if we can brute force it. But we've got to try. Because I did that wrong anyway. Sorry. So there's 2 possibilities. Either we are... Well, there's 3, I guess. Either we're not meant to brute force it, but we can brute force it because the box will be openable whether you've received the information in the game or not. Or you're not meant to brute force it and you can't brute force it because the game won't allow you to open it even if you know what the code is. Let's say you're doing a second playthrough or whatever and you just happen to know what the code is. Or you're meant to brute force it because if you know what the first 4 symbols are, then it's easy to guess the last symbol just by cycling through. So we'll give it a go. Okay, that wasn't it. I think we've done it. I think we've done everything else. So now I'm just going to double check. I'm going to check I've written this down correctly. Oh. Yeah. Pointy 4, pointy 3, round 4, round 3, splotch. Why don't we know what they are? I'm just... Yeah, I mean... That's what we got. Okay. Just for the record, that's what I'm looking at. That's what I wrote down. That's what we're typing in. Shit, that's really annoying. Okay, we're going to have to find some other information. Maybe it's in the women's dormitory. Okay, that's Doyle's bit. Next. It's empty, but we check nonetheless. It's probably going to be all empty. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you're a Jesus. I don't think this is going to be anything, but I'm going to click on it just in case this symbol comes up in other places. It wouldn't be an Irish home without a sacred heart painting in it. Okay, that is a thing I didn't know about Irish homes. Is that going to be anything? No. That's just a crucifixion. Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure if we did open that, I forgot immediately. So... Okay. Yeah. I can't expect we're going to find anything in the empty dorms, but you just don't know, do you? And I'd hate to just miss something through complacency. Okay. Yeah. Nothing in here. Nothing in here. Hello. Yeah, there's one of those in the men's dormitory, I think. Okay, nothing clickable here. Nothing clickable outside, really. So I think this is Murphy. What is this? Okay. I can see some symbols here, but most are smudged and incoherent. The little writing there is hard to understand, and I can only make out a few words. Baby, money, and what I think reads, remember. Okay, we'll come back to that, because those don't match up at all with the other symbols. Unless there are 6. This suggests there are 6 symbols. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's come back to that. A rattle for an infant. Okay. Can we ask? We can ask Sir, Murphy about that. Okay, those are just clothes. Those are shoes. Miss Murphy's shoes are so small, I think I might still be. She may still be wearing a child size. Okay, that's good. Let's get straight on that. Okay. We already X'd her off because she can't write, but that confirms it. Okay, mostly clothes, but also a short note. Office, Saoirse, letter. It's signed by Mr. Varley. Hypothesis. Okay. Now we have enough information. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. So we have enough information here. And it's kind of what we suspected. That rebuking the request for information on behalf of yeah. Oh, this is a different. Sorry, when I was never mind. Yeah, everything's coming together. It's just kind of what we thought. Yeah. So there's a letter from Mr. Murphy requesting information on an infant. Yes. So Murphy, Saoirse Murphy, had a child out of wedlock. The Catholic Church came in and stole it from her and took it to one of the Magdalen laundry asylums, whatever you want to call it. She tried to get information from Father Sinnott. She tried to get information from the local bishop. I think Mr. Varley was like, for the love of God, Saoirse, leave it alone. And perhaps she was trying to learn magic in order to get access to her child, essentially, I think. So that's the general gist. So I don't know how that's going to be phrased into a hypothesis, but that's the gist. Saoirse Murphy's goal is to I think it's going to be to learn about her child now that he's been taken away. I don't know what her goal up here is. Whether it's the learning magic or connect with Father Sinnott. I don't know, but it's something along those lines. What do we think? So I think this is going to be. I think this is going to be learn, and this is going to be child. Now that Mr. Dean can't help, Miss Dean. Okay, that's fine. So this is going to be talk to Father Sinnott. because Father Sinnott said she keeps coming up to me and being like, "Ah!" Sorry, that I'm not mocking Murphy, but that's kind of the vibe Sinnott gets. Why does she keep trying to talk to me for? And she was trying to learn magic. She was trying to get Miss Dean to learn magic. Miss Dean disappeared, which is why she had some thoughts about that. Okay, we're cool. What if I know what happened here?
Miss Murphy is looking for a means to learn her child is okay. Miss Dean was teaching her magic to that end. But now that she is missing, Miss Murphy is turning to the priest for help. I should find and confront her about this.
Okay. Dreadfully sad. That explains quite a lot. Okay, we know where Saoirse Murphy is, so we can go and talk to her. But you know, these do have 6 symbols on them, don't they? Yeah. This has 6 symbols. No. That's another of the round 4s, the plasters. And then this is going to be brute force. Okay, let's do it again. So I'm just going to add a second one of these to the middle, and I'm going to assume the last symbol is the missing symbol, but we might have to brute force it. Let's give it another go. I wonder what's inside. Let's give it a go. So we've got pointy 4, pointy 3, round 4, round 4, round 3. There we go. A purse. The purse has ED monogrammed on it. That's quite a significant amount of money in here. What other secrets does this trunk hold? Interesting. That's me! Let's start at the top.
A newspaper from back home. What is this doing all the way over here?
Yeah, Dublin's on the East Coast. From when?
It's dated the 5th of March, 1897. That's around the time of... I recognize that building. That fire. This is reporting on the Sheriff Street fire. My last job as station officer.
Why would Caitlin Joyce have this? Why would Caitlin Joyce have this? Okay.
The tenements were overcrowded and under-maintained. The landlord, one Rupert Dean, was living in London and willfully ignorant of their status.
I just had a weird thought that, like, maybe she became suspicious of Ward when he turned up and dug this up. But again, this isn't a local newspaper, and we've been here a day and a half, so she couldn't have just got her hands on this. So it does suggest the original obvious thought that she had this before I turned up, and she knew who I was when I turned up. But why?
Once the fire took, it spread rapidly. Fire teams were deployed swiftly, but they could do little to fight back the flames.
Am I the third person after O'Finn and Evelyn? I can't see why I would be.
The fire was eventually stopped by the reliable Irish rain, but not before 23 lives were lost, including 2 firemen.
Yep.
Officer Ward, whose brother Eamon was one of the lost men, retired soon thereafter and turned his attentions to investigating living spaces for safety conditions.
That's me.
He challenged many proprietors in the courts to improve conditions, including Rupert Dean, the owner of the initial tenement in which Eamon Ward died.
Interesting. Did we know this already? The connection between Dean and this building? If we did, I've forgotten it.
After leading a number of investigations on this front, he has gained a reputation as a working man's champion. That's me. Why does Mrs. Joyce have this?
That's what I'm asking. Okay.
Someone here was looking into me. But why? The missing money. Did someone on the staff hire me to find Miss Dean?
Well, that'd be myself, Mr. Ward.
Uh-oh.
Mrs. Joyce?
Boom. Wow.
I was starting to worry you wouldn't figure it out, Detective. Now come out of there, would you?
You're the one who hired me.
I'm glad my faith in you wasn't misplaced, sir.
Okay, let's see where this goes.
This wretched séance was bound to get someone hurt sooner or later. Without the means to look into what happened to the girl myself, there's not much I can do. But it's not right, sir, for no one to do anything at all. I can't do much myself, you know, but I can get the staff to help you. They're a bit strange in their own ways, but none of them would do a thing like this. Come with me, sir. We'll talk to them.
Okay.
I knew he would find out. He's not just anybody, you know. They write about him in the papers.
Okay. Where are we?
Might have told us earlier you'd have someone poking around here.
Well, it's done now. And it's better that we have someone to look for the Dean girl.
Sorry, I'm a bit flabbergasted. I'm like, this is taking a turn that I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting the game to get vroom us into this situation. And I was saying, I think last episode, and maybe a bit this episode, about how we were focused on the staff as our last port of call. And now here they all are. Here they all are. Everyone who lives in the house except for the Blakes themselves.
It's always been eerie around here. I don't like the idea of someone lost about the place.
Quite right. Which is why I have us Mr. Ward here. Someone at this event must be responsible for whatever's happened to Miss Dean.
And I don't think we could have got to this state any earlier. Because we needed the bar to be open, right? We needed to get into the kitchen, which we only just been able to get into, I think, the previous hour. And then we needed to go to the bar to get the alcohol to complete the solution to unlock the women's dormitory. So I think this is the earliest we could be at this state in the game. Yes.
So we'd all best be helpful to him.
So, but her bringing everyone together like this will change how they view me. They now know me as a detective, not just as a guy who's strangely interested in everyone's little stories. They now know I'm here on in an agenda, and perhaps are here to help me if they haven't, like, taken Miss Dean to the underworld themselves. Looking at you, Varley. I don't trust you. Yes, exactly. Fucking.
Look, at the ball last night, another guest was taken. I gave chase through some catacombs, but I lost him in the hedge maze. The kidnapper is likely the same person responsible for Miss Dean's disappearance. They must have a good knowledge of the house and its grounds. So who else other than yourselves would know the grounds that well?
This is a really useful question.
There can't be many. Only the Marquess and the young master know the place. But the master likes to keep to himself. We haven't seen him for a long time.
He doesn't leave his room. Not after the accident.
Oh no. It's Walter.
And there is nobody else.
Are they? No. They're not aware that they're speaking as one on this subject.
I see.
Fact of the matter is, sir, and I won't say anything much about it, as I don't want to speak ill of the Marquis or the Master. But you ought to go and take a look around the private residence, considering it all. It'd be where I'd start. You won't be able to get in without the proper key, though. And the Marquess has the only copy.
Well, at least we got a lead on it. I was saying that we don't have a lead on how to get into it, and we know we need to at some point.
He intends to hand it to me before the silent dinner so I can bring the young master his meal. Once I've done that, I'll pass it to you.
Right, so we're going right up against the wire with this thing then. Okay. Okay, I understand now, I think. The Marquess told us he's going to be at the silent dinner. So we're not going to be at the silent dinner. We're going to go into his house while he's at the silent dinner. And I did think, what the hell good is going to come from a silent dinner? Because nobody can talk. And the whole thing of this game is, especially at dinner time, is talking to people. But, okay. Okay. She's going to give us the key. We're going to go into his house. The Marquess is going to be distracted during the silent dinner. That's what's going to happen at 8. Carry on, Miss Joyce. Mrs. Joyce.
Go to the silent dinner at 8 p.m. That's where I'll get it to you. You will need to act fast to be done by the séance at 9.
Thank you, Mrs. Joyce. I will.
Oh my god! Okay. Okay, sorry, I shouldn't shout. It's quite late here. Oh man, we've got a hypothesis on Chambers, so I'm going to do the hypothesis next. Wow. I got to write a bunch of stuff down, but my god. Mine God. Okay, so a lot has happened. I'm going to finish this episode off by telling you what I've got to do. Hypothesis, Doyle. Hypothesis, basement. Confront. Murphy. Look through new evidence from staff discussion. And little arrow it says Walter in control? Question mark? Question mark? Whew. Okay. Save. Wow. That's a lot to think about. Right, we'll crack into those at some point. go back to everything. Can't talk about those. Starfall spoken, glassy-eyed Union trance. Wow, I cannot speak about these people. Wow. Okay. Well, we're going to have to pick this up next time, but what an interesting couple of episodes I've just had. I just done the last two back to back. God, we'll we'll pick this up next time. I'll speak to you later. Thank you for joining me. I've got a lot to think about. Yeah. Yeah, goodbye for now. I hope you'll join me for whatever the hell we're doing next. Is it Walter Blake? Who wants to bring... Why would Walter Blake want to bring evil to the seance? Is he using his father to do it? Okay. Okay, much to think upon. Whoops. Okay, goodbye for now. Thank you. Let me know what you think, because